What's up, Facebook? You know what time it is. My name is Bruce Gregori, and once again, we are here on the Saturday show. It is live with myself and at Jazz, coming to you from the airwaves from my friends in ECAM in the UK, United Kingdom, as it were. And I'm hoping that you are all well on this fine Saturday afternoon here in the United States of America. How's everybody doing? I myself am fine. Working on a bunch of different kinds of things and making sure that I'm bringing the music to you as much as I can. I got to give a big shout to my sponsors, of course, and you know the drill by now if you've been here at the live show. Razor's Edge Cabinets making everything happen for me, of course. Some of the best boxes in the world, I would say. GHS Strings, it was a rainy night. One night I was playing a gig and Gregori came up to me and offered me some strings, and the rest is history. I have a long affiliation with this company, and they do make the best strings in the world, of course. Benedetto Guitars, man, I can't tell you how much I was drawn in by their guitars, from Pat Martino and all the things that he did and developed on that instrument. And of course, Barry Greene, once I started connecting up with him, I just was enthralled with the sound, and I'm happy to be able to play these fantastic guitars. And of course, Speak Friends cables. I got myself wired up with Speak Friends cables here from Jeffrey Ding, and they are pure sound and pure audio. Great cables, great design all around. And of course, I can't be anywhere without my man, Mr. Peter Hendrickson. And of course, Peter's out there, I'm sure, somewhere. He's in Colorado. He might be listening today. Let's hope he is. And if he does, give me a big thumbs up or a shout out, Peter. But Hendrickson amps, you see a bunch of them on my screen. That way. I don't know what way. And they're all over in the background. But Peter's a good man, and he does things right in the fashion of amplification. So we're happy to have him on board. I have to say it's been a kind of an interesting day today, and I'm working on a few different projects. The Solo Artist Toolkit and a couple of other video series on my site, and we're working on a new site to actually host those. So hopefully that's going to be up and running soon. I really want to show you the part one of that module. The Solo Artist Toolkit comping is done and complete, and now we're just looking for that vehicle to host it on. So it is out there. If you're interested in a pre-release version of that, please send me an email at brucegregori@gmail.com. Let's try that again, brucegregori@gmail.com, and I'll get you a copy of that program if you're a solo guitarist and you're interested in that. The first module is comping, and if we go over to my Patreon page, just quickly, Jazz Comping Survival Guide, there's the trailer for it. If you're interested, that doesn't cost you a nickel. So you can just go out there and check out my Patreon page, and I believe that's up on YouTube as well. So you can go out and check out just the trailer of it and what it entails. And Module 1 is all about different kinds of comping, using loopers and different kinds of things. And if you're like what I'm doing here, you could pretty much learn some stuff from that. So good to see everyone. Cynthia's out there. Happy Saturday, Cynthia. Good to see you. Leslie, good to see you. Man, I'm trying to make them daily. That's the whole plan. Sometimes it's a struggle. And it's Jim Venditti. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Glad to see you. Jake, we got Jake Pelletier on the line as well. What does Jake say? Nothing wrong with a little quarantine jazz. Yeah, no, man, there is not. There is not. And a big shout out again to Mr. Jim Venditti. Friends, if you haven't been down to East Hampton, Connecticut, please do check out Steady Habit Brewery. I think they got a couple of locations now. Is that right, Jim? Give me a thumbs up. I don't know. They may have 2 or 3, but they also sell direct, I believe. And I think they're in the stores and different venues once we get restaurants back open. But Good product, and is a place that I hope to get back and play. I had a residency there for a couple of years, and they're in the process of reformulating their tap room and all that stuff. So, gonna play a tune for you. And I thought about Saturday, a great old tune written by Mr. Henry Mancini, and the lyrics are by Johnny Mercer. It was from a movie, believe it or not. And the movie was in 1962. If you're a big fan of 60s kind of vibe and movies and stuff like that, please check this out. It's Days of Wine and Roses. So if you think about this time of year and, people taking picnics, and hopefully we're going to get to that point where we're outside, the Days of Wine and Roses is all about the spring and the summer into that time. So I thought it'd be appropriate fitting tune for it. It's got a nice laid back Saturday evening, afternoon feel to it. So I hope you enjoy it. The Days of Wine and Roses by Mr. Henry Mancini. The lyrics were written by Johnny Mercer, 1962. I encourage you to go and check out that movie. It's a real easy kind of tune to take, and a good tune that kind of soothes the soul. So I'm glad that you indulged me and very much. And Jim did say, yep, he's got a couple for Steady Habit Brewery. There are a couple locations, Marlboro, and coming soon he's got another one. Let's see what he says. We'll give him a big shout out. And Marlboro, Connecticut too, opening soon, right? So that's a great one. And we got Ada on the line. Hello, Ada. Good to see you. I hope everything is doing good down in Florida, Orlando area. And I saw that Efran posted a picture of a lizard on your screen. I don't know. That thing looked like it was about this big, but maybe it was a little smaller. But man, I'm not a big fan of lizards, I have to say. But good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. So, I think I'm gonna play another tune. I'm gonna play a tune by Mr. John Coltrane. Actually, I had a request for one of my originals, and I have a tune called AMR. So I think I'll maybe start off with that tune first, and then maybe I'll play a Coltrane tune for you. So. All right. Yeah, that is AMR, written by yours truly. A song that I actually wrote last year and happened to be just in my mind today, and decided to pull that out of the cobwebs for you all. Someone asked me about some original tunes, and I said, well, that was one. And look who we have on the line. We have Mr. Kevin Clues. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Oh, Kevin Owens, how are you, brother? Sorry, I thought it was Clues. And Kevin, how you doing? Good to see you. Anyway, good to see you, brother. And we have Jim Krause. Good to see you. Thank you, sir. Tom Burbank. Hey, man, good to see you, brother. I hope everything is all right out there. And Leslie, good to see you. Great to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I'm so happy that folks are enjoying the music. I was saying to Cynthia, I don't know, it might have been last week or maybe earlier this week. The weeks are kind of tending to blend together, but it seems like it's been 5 years since I played a gig. And it's only been realistically 3 weeks, which is really not all that long to the average human. But in all the years I played, I have never not played in 3 weeks. I have never not played in 4 days, probably in a row. So it's a very unique situation, and I find myself all of a sudden adjusting to almost like being retired. It's a weird thing. So I'm happy I'm able to share some of this with you folks, and I did see some promising news from some breweries around the area. Just so you might know, and I don't know the answer to this, but I'm going to reach out to a lot of the places I play, and I see some folks hosting virtual concerts, which essentially that's what I'm doing, and I'd be happy to do that as well, too. So, that's very nice. But thanks for all the kind words everybody's thrown me. One of the things that is kind of unique in all of this is kind of playing from the studio. I really like the energy of the live gig a lot, but I have to say that with all you listening, there really isn't much lost. In fact, I could get used to this studio gigging, not having to leave my house or my studio is probably not a bad thing, but probably won't fly to pay the rent long term. So anyway, so I'm gonna play another tune. How we doing on time? I have no idea. Holy moly. It's always around the 22 mark when I check. Must be something in my brain. If everyone wants to hear anything, shoot out a request. It doesn't mean I'm going to play it, but, so. And Tom Burbank, I got to give you a big shout out, man. You're a big supporter. Friends, if you don't know Tom, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, brother. I bet. I'm sure you're itching, and I know you've had your own things that you're working on as well, and so I can only imagine that it'd be nice to get out there and play, as much as all of us. You're a true musician at heart. So I think I'm gonna play a tune by Mr. John Coltrane, and it might have been a tune I played before, but you know, John's there's a board in my studio. You can't see, it's off the camera. That you know, I have a picture of him kind of leaning back in his chair and listening, and his wife tells this story of listening to him practice over and over. And Train was he was obsessive compulsive personality, like a lot of musicians are. And so he might take something, you know, like you know, and that would drive the average person batshit crazy, right? But you know, Train wanted to get that dialed in so much that he would do that endless hours of practice. And his wife said she would listen to him practice. It'd be going on and on and on to the point where it would numb her out. You know, she would just forget he was practicing because she could hear it. And upstairs in their house, he had this area that he used to practice, and then all of a sudden it would stop. And you know, she would wonder what was going on, and she waited, and she would go into the area where he was practicing, and he had fallen asleep with the horn in his mouth. And I have to tell you, there have been situations in my life like that, not a horn, but a guitar. So I'm going to play a Coltrane tune for you, being that we're all a little obsessive, right? So. Yeah. Lazybird by Mr. John Coltrane. One of the greatest tunes in the world, in my opinion. And a fun tune to play on, too. Just so much energy. With a little bit of outro and some Looney Tune endings there for you. So, once again, I hope you are all doing well. I have to thank everyone for tuning in. And all the folks that keep sending me notes and likes and everything else. And good to see you. Yep. Thanks, Chelsea. I believe I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. I'm hoping it gives a lot of people a second win. And Tom, thanks so much for saying excellent once again. I appreciate it. All my friends who've been out here: Cynthia, Jim Vendetti, Ada, Leslie, Jake Pelletier, thanks for listening. Tom Burbank, Jim Venditti. If I missed anybody, Kevin Owen, Jim Krause, thanks so much. And trying to make sure I got everybody who gave a shout out and all the likes and the love. I will be here tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday, the Sunday show. It'll be live with Bruce Gregori. And we're working on some upcoming guests. We do have queued in the queue Barry Greene and Ken Laster from the Hartford Jazz Society, Jackson Evans from Benedetto Guitars. We have Peter Hendrickson He's probably out there somewhere in Facebook land. I see him from Hendrickson Amplifiers. Jeff Fleischer from Razor's Edge Cabinets, one of my sponsors here. And I'm trying to think, Jimmy Bruno, of course, and Jamaaladeen Tacuma from Freeform Funky Freaks, who's going to be doing a red carpet blast from Philadelphia. Check him out on Facebook as well. I think they're going to be doing a free jazz concert coming up on the Facebook live stream, and all my other friends. So we're trying to figure out that technology to make sure that we're bringing the best show we can. Once again, I appreciate your support. Don't forget to check out my Patreon page if you're so inclined to donate $1 a month to the cause. And I will see you tomorrow. That's Sunday, live with Bruce Gregori at the Sunday show at Jazz. Peace.